I'm Nat.
And I'm Inni.
We are coffee machine experts at Good Food, and today we're cutting through all the confusion you might have around choosing a coffee machine, because the sheer amount of choice can be so overwhelming.
I understand nothing.
Your biggest mistake might be buying one because it's on sale, which is understandable, or because it just looks cute on your countertop, which is what I might be guilty of, only to find out it's way too complicated or maybe too basic.
But you're already ahead of the game by being here. Well done. So let us help you figure out which coffee machine best suits your coffee style.
Bean to cup and espresso machines both make rich coffee shop style espresso, and they work kind of differently though. So let's break it down and help you find the best one for you.
First up, let's cover the basics. Manual espresso machines tend to be more hands-on and require a bit more work from the user. They come with a portafilter, which you'll need to fill with your ground coffee before you lock it into the machine. The most basic machines are also more compact, though if you go for one with a built-in grinder and a bit of extra functionality, you'll find they also take up quite a bit of space on the countertop. So have a look at your kitchen, see what you've got space for.
Fully automatic bean to cup machines are all about convenience, aren't they? They're built with a brewing unit that grinds, tamps, and brews the coffee for you, so all you need to do is press a button, or sometimes two. They use whole coffee beans, but some have a chamber where you can put pre-ground coffee too, which is really good if you already have a separate grinder or you're just after convenience and are buying ground coffee from the supermarket. They're also pretty big, as you can see with this one here, and they have a fresh milk operating system that steams milk for lattes and cappuccinos.
So easy. When it comes to actually using these gadgets, there are some really clear differences as well.
There are.
So with an espresso machine, you tend to have more room for experimentation, so you can mix up stuff like grind size, water temperature, pressure, coffee to water ratios, if you like your coffee a bit stronger or a bit weaker. But you'll also find that bean to cup machines will let you adjust these settings as well, so it depends on the model that you've chosen.
Some espresso machines have a super minimalist interface with just 4 buttons for you to choose from, with the options of a single shot, double shot, hot water to make your Americano, and steam for steaming your milk. As for accessories, you'll probably also get a tamper for tamping down your grinds, a portafilter with a few different baskets, some cleaning tools, and if your machine has a steaming one, they usually come with a milk jug as well.
When it comes to bean to cup machines, these tend to have one-touch operation with a menu of different drink options, so whether that's a flat white or a latte or a cappuccino, and these will have some customization settings as well. You'll usually also get a milk container. Sometimes it's got a tube that feeds into the machine, sometimes the milk container is actually built into the machine, and you'll get those all-important cleaning tools as well.
If you want something between these two machines, there are some semi-automatic bean to cup machines that require some hand-on tamping or maybe grinding or dosing, but include features like possibly assisted tamping or customizable drink options or personalization. That kind of marries the two worlds really well, so you can still be hands-on, have a play around, make your beautiful latte art, but you also don't have to kind of worry about all the manual elements that you might get with a completely manual espresso machine.
Exactly. Feel like you get all the fun bits left to do,
Yeah,
and then
so true.
the machine takes care of all the like techie stuff, and that's the win of having one of those machines. When it comes to the quality of the actual coffee, with your espresso you'll get good results in both, providing you use fresh beans or freshly ground beans. And with a bean to cup machine, the coffee is actually freshly ground for each cup, so that kind of takes any complication out of actually doing it yourself. You have to be willing to put in some work with the espresso machine, but you can customize it, you can adjust it, and you can upskill as well.
So with milk, there's quite a big difference between an espresso machine and a completely automatic bean to cup machine like this. Where you have a machine where it has a steaming wand, this is where you can really play around with your different microfoam textures, and you'll be able to pour some really beautiful latte art and really practice with, the difference between a cappuccino or a flat white and get your eye in. With a milk operating system like this one, which comes with most fully automatic models, it's mostly just a texture for a cappuccino, to be honest. It's pretty hard to pull latte art this way. So if you have managed any, do let us know, because we'd really love to see.
When it comes to price points, with espresso machines, most of the ones that we've got featured in our guide on Good Food vary from around £80 to £1,249 is like the top one that we've got on there. But generally you'll find most models are between £100 and £400, and those at the top of that price bracket will have the more sophisticated technology that you might be after, and they'll have the quality accessories and then some of those customizable features as well. We'd also encourage you, if you are going to buy an espresso machine, to get a separate grinder to go with it.
Definitely.
It will sort of add to the cost overall, but you will be able to achieve that freshly brewed coffee that you get in an actual coffee shop. It's just, honestly, the quality of it is so much better compared to what you might use if you're using supermarket beans.
So with bean to cup machines, they definitely have a higher price point. Most of those featuring in our list are between £300 to £800, but there are ones up to nearly £2,000, so it's definitely a more expensive option. This is because they tend to have a lot more built-in technology. Like, for example, with this one, it really is one touch, beans in, coffee out, so the machine is doing all the hard work for you. So that's just why they tend to come at a higher price point. It's also a really good option if you live in a household where you maybe have lots of people using your coffee machine.
For sure.
Like, if you are someone who just wants to tinker about with your machine, be really hands-on, then an espresso machine is definitely a brilliant option. But it could be that you're living with someone who just wants to drink a delicious coffee and doesn't want to have to do the hard work. And they're not going to use a machine like this, but actually this, or a semi-automatic, for example, could be a really nice middle ground.
For sure, you could go off and make your breakfast, you could go and put a load of washing on, stick your coffee machine on, and then by the time you come back, it'll be there waiting for you, which is just an absolute dream if you're after that kind of experience. Now, we know that choosing a coffee machine can be really overwhelming. We've just thrown a lot of information at you, but by doing your research, watching videos like this one, and thinking about your needs and factoring in your budget, you will be well on your way to finding the perfect model for you.
Definitely. Let us know your questions about choosing a coffee machine and we'll be happy to answer them. And also what you'd like to talk about next.
Absolutely, and we also have more advice on coffee machines on the Good Food YouTube channel, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.